Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! On the night of Zombies premiere, where were you at? That was the night that our lives changed for forever because we saw something special in all the stars of the Zombies franchise, a franchise that undeniably would go on to hold a very special place in our hearts. A franchise that I know that will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart, while I can never speak for every other content creator out there on YouTube that you guys probably watch videos from. I know that this franchise will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart because it gave me the chance and a profound opportunity to meet all of you and to have entered your lives and to have become your voice of Descendants of Zombies, which is an honor that I will never ever forget any of you because of. You guys have got to know that I am the sweetest guy ever to create Descendants of Zombies videos for the appreciation that I've always carried with me for this audience. Because this audience saw something special in my voice, saw something special in everything that I had to say about Descendants of Zombies, and you watch these videos. And because you watch these videos, over 2,000 plus watch hours have been accumulated and happened for this YouTube channel. Nearly 4,000 people have subscribed to this YouTube channel and have made it and have chosen this YouTube channel as their favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. For over 25 years, I have talked about a lot of different niches and a lot of different topics that really have never made sense to a whole lot of people. I've showcased my passions for professional sports like UFC and pro wrestling, and of course Disney. But Disney was the one thing that would go on to define me and achieve my legacy for being the greatest of all time. I have always wanted to have a legacy left behind for having been one of the greatest of all time. And from the first moment that I saw Colide and Ruby Rose Turner take to the screen on Disney Channel as part of the Descendants Rise of Red franchise, after a 5-year hiatus had been seen by this franchise, it gave us something so special to believe in and to be a part of, because more people drew inspiration from the Descendants franchise than perhaps ever given credit for, because you guys wanted to become involved in the same line of work as Kylie Cantrell. And I am here to say to you guys that if you've ever had a dream that has anything to do with Descendants of Zombies, then I think you should pursue it. I think you should continue to follow your passions. Now, that may have came in the form of collecting the Descendants of Zombies dolls, all the Descendants of Zombies merch, the hoodies, the sweaters, the t-shirts, which are incredibly beautiful. I know the Descendants of Zombies merch has received its fair share of criticism, but the first thing that came to my mind when I got my first look at the Descendants of Zombies hoodies for the Worlds Collide Tour were these were absolutely extraordinary. They were nothing short of fabulous, and I think that people who chose to criticize it just had nothing else better to do with their own lives. Because the one thing that you've really got to take into consideration is that there's a 7 to 17-year-old girl watching your video every night because simply she loves Descendants of Zombies with all of their heart. And if you ask them, they're simply going to tell you that they love Descendants of Zombies with all of their heart. And I understand that. And I seem to be the only content creator that really gets that or really appreciates you for being the fans of Descendants of Zombies. Because what other guy goes in depth about the Descendants of Zombies franchise is quite like Jonathan Clarke? I do it because I've always seen something special in fairy tale characters, whether they be Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland. They've all held a very significant place in our hearts for so many years. I remember being a huge fan of Cinderella. I forever was a fan of Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, so many revered classics over the years. Just yesterday we celebrated the 75th anniversary of Cinderella, and I know that's really hard for a lot of people to believe. That feels like forever ago, but I can remember the first time that I saw Cinderella. It was on VHS. That was when VCRs were first priced at over $1,000. And having the chance to sit at home every Friday night and watch your favorite Disney movie, whether it be Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Beauty and the Beast, which were some of my first ever Disney classics that will forever and always be cherished by me, and forever and always hold a very special place in my heart ever since the 1990s. Do you guys know that the first follow-up for Beauty and the Beast was not released until 1998? That was called Beauty and the Beast Belle's Magical World. And I remember being a part of all the compilations that Beauty and the Beast gave us a chance to be a part of and really marvel in. And I think since then, we've been waiting on something to show a greater appreciation for these fairy tale classics, and Descendants of Zombies just kind of happened. And I think we've taken away a greater appreciation for fairy tale characters and their lore, if anything, from this, because we've all wanted to take ourselves up in the opportunity to jump down a rabbit hole that may have been closed for years, to attend Seabrook High and try out for the football team or become captain of the cheerleading squad. I think Zed and Addison gave us a lot of aspirations to achieve our dreams perhaps more than ever before, because I would just like to put this out there that if anyone's ever had a dream of, say, joining the cheerleading squad and becoming cheer captain or perhaps joining the football team, you should perhaps pursue it. I may have forever been a long way away from achieving my dream of being a member of the football team or being a professional wrestler, because many of you who have been subscribed here to this YouTube channel knew that I had one of two dreams. It was either to be a professional podcast host or a professional wrestler, and I chose being a podcast host over a professional wrestler for the physical toll that being a pro wrestler would have taken on my body. But I'm just using this as an example to really put into perspective just how closer you are to a dream than perhaps ever before, because Zed's one and only dream was really one of two. It was either to spend the rest of his life with Addison or for zombies to achieve acceptance through winning the football championship. And they would eventually go on to win the football championship, but they will ultimately go on to achieve more. They would find acceptance in a world that oftentimes was very difficult for people to find acceptance within. And I just want to put it out there too, that no matter how many times it may be difficult for somebody to achieve this in their life, you're never alone, because there are more people out there going through this same kind of thing that you may be experiencing in your freshman year of high school, or trying to really figure out your place in a world that sometimes is very difficult to find your place within. We all struggle with this, even though a lot of us really never admit to it. I think that there are more people out there that could relate to Descendants of Zombies storylines than perhaps ever before. Because I don't know about you guys, but I thought that Colide Control's portrayal of the character Red was so beautifully done and put across. She was so fearless. She was one of the strongest Descendants characters of all time, just as strong as Mel, if not stronger. And I think that a lot of people took something special away from Colide Control's characters, not just on Descendants, but for Gabby Dern and the Unsittables, or Raven's Home, or Berserk. I know that recently Logan Paul on his podcast Impulsive kind of took exception to Berserk and the message of Berserk, but Logan Paul pretty much was just an idiot. But the thing is, I think that a lot of people took a lot of something special away from Berserk for its positive messages. It really became Disney's answer to iCarly. It really became something special for everybody, because that was the first time ever that we saw Colide Control. We knew that she was going to be something special for everybody, and I think we all took something special away from every character we ever saw her don or ever bring to life. Because I think that no matter who we are, we all have a dream of being involved in the big time. We all have a dream of being involved with either Disney or Nickelodeon. And I remember having a lot of respect for Colide Control when she first turned down the opportunity for Nickelodeon, and she signed a contract with Disney because she always wanted to be a part of productions like Descendants and High School Musical. I remember having a lot of respect for Colide Control over a decade ago, and I still have a lot of respect for Colide Control, if not more. I pretty much love your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars just as much as each and every one of you do. I know everything there is to know about your favorite stars, so when it came to having these conversations with each and every one of you, I was so excited to have these conversations. They are something I look forward to, and I hope that every fan of Descendants of Zombies will eventually subscribe here to this YouTube channel, because that's the biggest dream of mine. If I could share one of my biggest dreams with each and every one of you, it would be for every fan of Descendants of Zombies to eventually see something special in these videos and to eventually hit my subscribe button, because we all may have had a favorite song or a favorite moment that we took away from the Descendants of Zombies franchises. What was your favorite moment? I think one of my favorite moments was when Zed and Addison met each other for the first time ever in the zombie safe zone, and she punched him in the face. And I think that that's pretty much how we think of our own relationships. We all want to, meet the perfect somebody in our lives that we could think of spending the rest of our lives with. And I think that Zed and Addison's story offered us more encouragement that, hey, maybe this could happen for me. I'll tell you guys a little secret. I've often struggled with relationships in the past, but I've often had a lot of great honors in my life as well. And one of my greatest honors was having the opportunity to create so many wonderful videos for each and every one of you, to give you guys kind of hope for the foreseeable future for Descendants of Zombies, while sharing with you my predictions, my theories for the future of Descendants of Zombies, because I've heard just about every prediction when it comes to Descendants of Zombies over the past at least 2 years. I've heard predictions of mermaids, predictions of pirates, sirens, witches, this storyline, this fairy tale character seeing their introduction into the Descendants franchise. And I don't know about you guys, but I forever and always believed that if any character story was far from having been told and completed, it would have had to have been Ruby Rose Turner's character Bridget. Because Bridget was one of the strongest characters ever because of everything that she had to endure. Of course, her portrayal of the young Queen of Hearts and the profound impact that bullying can really have on a person allowed us to put our own lives into perspective, because we may have been going through the same thing that Bridget was going through in the movie. And I think she was by far one of the most relatable characters of all of the Descendants franchise, because she ultimately was the strongest character. She never really cared what anybody thought forgot about her. All she wanted to be was friends with everybody. And when she finally had the chance to become friends with Fred and Chloe, she knew she had found something special. And she wanted to do everything within her power to hold on to that, to secure those friendships, because she knew those friendships with Fred and Chloe were truly going to go on to become something so special. And I think the friendships, how precious time was, were things that were really put into perspective because of the Descendants of Zombies franchise that everybody took away something special from, and then more people became encouraged to become involved with entertainment or to pursue career ventures. And I thought that was so miraculous about Descendants of Zombies, because this became the first franchise in a long time to offer encouragement about that. We never saw that from Hannah Montana. We may have never seen that from High School Musical. Even though there was a greater emphasis on music and the appreciation of it, I don't think that High School Musical had as powerful of a story that resonated with thousands of people who took something special away from Descendants of Zombies. You know, in light of all the criticism that Descendants of Zombies may have received early on, because I do remember within hours of both the Descendants of Zombies premieres, they did receive their fair share of criticism. But I forever and always believe that what outshined that was your love and support for this. How you guys came out in love and support of events like the Worlds Collide Tour, and how we're going to be tuning in to Disney Plus coming up on Thursday night, I do believe, for the premiere, the first time ever premiere of the Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour concert special, which is going to be about 2 hours of behind-the-scenes footage, never before seen concert footage, new songs, and it's really going to be fun. It's going to be jam-packed with interviews, and I'm looking forward to seeing it just like each and every one of you. I say this because I remember how special the opportunity was for me to have reviewed it on YouTube. I never ever forgot it. And for the 2-hour show the concert was, along with the Q&A sessions for those of you that had the VIP concert experience, it was really special. And I think we all took something away from it because we felt as if we were a part of something special or becoming a part of something special for the first time ever in our lives. We got to know people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky a little bit better with the insights they share with you guys, and it was just so fun being a part of it, and I will never ever forget it. Now, I've been a part of every generation of Disney, but I can honestly say that being a part of this generation of Disney has really found a way of touching my heart, because and it was at that moment that when it touched my heart and I had realized that it had touched my heart, that if I was going to say anything about Descendants of Zombies at all, it was going to have to be something nice, while other people kind of took exception to it. The thing that I forever and always appreciated is that you guys are incredibly supportive of who and what you love, and you know who and what you love. So because you're forever supportive of who and what you love, the least we can do as YouTube creators is give something special back to you for all you've done for people like me. Because before all of you, I was pretty much just streaming video games on YouTube, reviewing them, stating my opinion for what it was worth, and uploading videos to YouTube. And then you guys came into my life. Descendants of Zombies kind of just happened for me from out of nowhere. I moved into this house. I launched this studio from my bedroom, and I've been having fun ever since, because it gave me a chance to share my story with the world. And thousands of people, unbeknownst to me, would have the chance to go on to hear my story and to have the chance to share their story with us. And we came together and we really created something stronger for Descendants of Zombies, because now more people believe in themselves than perhaps ever before. More people are becoming involved in theater. More people are feeling more enthusiastic about school and their work ethic. And it's really fun when you can create videos that offer so much inspiration to everybody. And I know that for sure Descendants 5 with Wonderland is expected to see its fair share of criticism, like everything that Disney has been affiliated with through the years. But I think we've all taken something special away from Descendants of Zombies. We've all taken something special away from previous franchises who have had their fair share of star power over the years, from Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus, Wizards and Hannah Montana, which are going to be celebrating their 20th anniversaries coming up this year in March of 2006, and we will commemorate that also for you guys here on this YouTube channel, because I know I have many fans of both past and present Disney content. I even have fans of Phineas and Ferb and Tangled who have gone as far as to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I say this because the response this YouTube channel has received has been nothing short of phenomenal, and I would just like to say thank you so much to everybody who has always and forever saw something special in this YouTube channel. I never imagined that I would want to have the honor of hosting the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and I have each and every one of you to thank for this, because this happened because of how much you believed in this YouTube channel. I like to believe that we've made people like Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner that much stronger, and they feel more focused on their dreams. And that's always and forever what I wanted to see happen for your favorite stars. I would love to have this conversation with you guys 20 years from now, to still be having these conversations and discussing how Kylie Cantrell went on to receive the award for becoming perhaps the greatest of all time, because that's always been a dream of mine. I didn't imagine that it would ever happen for me in the form of talking about Descendants of Zombies and we would be stronger together, but we certainly have created something special and truly given back to the Descendants of Zombies generation in such an incredible way. And it happened because of each and every one of you, because there are so many content creators on YouTube who are uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies every single night. Every single opportunity they have to upload a video about Descendants of Zombies, they're pretty much either using AI or fake footage of Descendants of Zombies movies that have previously been collaborated. But the thing that you've got to realize about me is I always speak from my heart about Descendants of Zombies, and I always tell it like it is, because I think that you guys deserve to have answers to your questions. I feel as if you guys have been left in the dark about Descendants of Zombies for far long enough now. And it's about time that you guys have your questions answered, like in terms of what a release window is going to look like for Descendants 5 with Wonderland, or when Zombies 5 is going to happen, what the cast is going to look like by the time Zombies 5 happens, what the futures have in store for Colide and Freya Sky, and have the chance to talk about it, because there are millions of people just like you, we're never alone, who love Descendants of Zombies with all their heart. People bond all the time over the passion of collecting Descendants of Zombies dolls, or Descendants of Zombies merch that goes with it. I know that there is no price tag on happiness, and the thing is, guys, no matter how critics feel about Descendants of Zombies, you guys are what's forever and always made Descendants of Zombies so special for me as the content creator of this YouTube channel, and it's been my honor to create the content that you guys have come to know, love, and certainly appreciate through the years, because you've always saw something special in every video that I've ever uploaded. Some of you have even been with me from the very beginning. Some of the very first 150 subscribers that this YouTube channel has ever seen are still with me. And I can never seem to put into words just how appreciative I am of every single one of you for being with me from the very beginning. And the reality of life is we still have a long way to go, and we can get there together, because we all believe in Descendants of Zombies with all of our heart. We've truly taken something special away from these franchises that have touched our heart in so many unbelievable ways. And I don't think we're ever going to experience anything like this quite ever again, because Descendants of Zombies really has become a franchise that stands alone in a category of its own. For its beautiful music, its beautiful story, its groundbreaking characters that really have changed the landscape of Disney for forever. And together we created something special, something that really started as a whisper and became a global phenomenon seemingly overnight. You know, you think about Hannah Montana making it to the big screen relatively quick in April of 2009, and how that would be a movie to go on to touch the hearts of every people, High School Musical just alike. And I think about the success of Descendants of Zombies, why not put this concert special on the big screen in theaters for everybody to see? I just got home from a movie premiere tonight. I saw a movie for $5.18. And if you put Descendants of Zombies on the big screen in IMAX for everybody and showcase the concert experience the way it's forever and always meant to be experienced, think about the attention this would garner and the exposure that Colide and Freya Sky would have the chance to have if they had made it to the big screen. I think that Descendants of Zombies has become one of the most recognizable franchises of all time. It's changed millions of lives. It's allowed people to put their own lives into perspective and really change it for the better. People are becoming stronger all the time, feeling more confident in their abilities, and that's what makes Descendants of Zombies so special, because every single person who may have ever been a fan of Descendants of Zombies have forever and always taken something special away from these franchises that really have allowed us to really make sense of everything happening around us and become friends with more people than perhaps ever before, because I've always believed that there are really kind people out there in this world, and Descendants of Zombies has forever and always been the exemplification of kindness, the personification of kindness, if you would, because we're seeing more kind people in this world happen because of Descendants of Zombies can kind of just show up. No matter who we are, we've always had a favorite character that we've taken away and we've appreciated from Descendants of Zombies, that we've saw ourselves through the eyes of characters. I've always and forever believed that Ruby Rose Turner was a very special offering to Descendants. Even though her time with the Descendants franchise may have been very short-lived, Ruby will go on to touch the hearts of thousands of Descendants of Zombies fans who have taken something special away from this franchise. And yes, if you're wondering, Ruby Rose Turner will forever and always remain my favorite Descendants character. Some of my other favorites, as honorable mentions, would have to be Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, of course Mal and Evie, who will forever and always hold a very special place in each and every one of our hearts. No matter who we are, what our age, or where we come from, or what's happening around us, we've all taken something special away from Descendants of Zombies, the one franchise, the something that is truly undeniable that we will never ever forget having the chance to be a part of. Because of you guys, I have the chance to be a part of something so special, and an opportunity and a chance that I will never ever forget. Having said that, thank you guys so much for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to have created so many wonderful content and so many wonderful videos that have gone to resonate with you and to hopefully have touched your heart and to give you more of a reason than perhaps ever before to hit my subscribe button. It has been my profound honor to have represented you as your voice of Descendants and Zombies, an opportunity that I will forever and always hold very close to my heart and will never forget any of you because of. Thank you so much for having made Descendants and Zombies your favorite franchises and for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, and thank you so much for having watched this video.